What's the air fuel supposed to be, Justin?
Does it move at all?
And it's
what,
cheap.
What brand is that?
JJ Coco.
JJ Coco.
It eventually starts working. Oh, there we go. We're maxed out at 10. What do you think it's doing?
It's confused, Dex.
Ooh, 5 pounds. Holy shoot, it spiked up to 25 pounds.
No.
I promise.
No. Okay. I was like, have you drove this at all?
No, at all. That's what's so crazy. I put 6 months of effort into this Jeep, and this is the first time I've ever driven. It'll start. All right, we're starting to come up on boost. Come on. Oh! I got that on camera.
What was that?
That was 26.
Oh my God.
Did you hear the blow off valve?
We gotta quit. We gotta quit.
Okay. That thing was going. Wow, 25. This might sound confusing for a lot of people, but I'm personally so ready to be back in something junky. If you hadn't followed up on my series of this, it's well, just quick story. I do mechanic work. I'm always doing mechanic work stuff. So inside, I prefer just a whatever vehicle. And then on the outside, like my old daily driver, made a picture. It had a dent on every single body panel, but you could drive it with not a care in the world. Didn't care if somebody bumped into you. You could just drive stress-free. But if you do know me, I do have nice vehicles. I'm not poor. It's just a personal preference. So my last daily driver was basically identical to this one, and I was going to put a turbo on it. Well, I never could find time to stop, so I was in the process of fixing up a new daily driver to park it while I put the turbo on it. Turns out my dad's truck blew up, and he decided that he would drive that Jeep. So I gave him that one. I'm driving the one I fixed up for me, and then I went and found this one, which is basically a carbon copy of my original one. So I built a essentially brand new motor, pretty close to it, doesn't change the story. And then on the last video, I installed the motor and I've got the hot side set up. And this is a joke if you haven't figured it out. Probably would work if it didn't have a hood. Let me give you a little, we'll just fire it up, make you it sounds pretty peppy. I know the cold side, whatever you want to call it, it's not hooked up, it's just blowing air. But it doesn't seem very restrictive, so I'm kind of excited. And it's not a big turbo, it's a small turbo. I just want a decent daily driver beat around turbo. First time I fired it up in a while. It obviously has no coolant, but I could have done a better job. I was just going for simplicity. I just took and wrapped the exhaust, come back up, come over, come up. It goes into the turbo and it goes straight back down. So the idea was to get some heat away from the intake on this side of the motor, which doesn't matter. And I'll figure out the coolant for the intercooler. It really looks good to be restricted exhaust. The only downside is I got a lot of work to do. The turbo idea in your head sounds so simple, and I'm not even doing a great job. It just keeps adding up work. But at this point, I'm committed. I ordered some cheap injectors. I'm pretty sure this is the same ones everybody using. Seems like they're for a Mustang, and they have, oops, name brand for like twice the price. That's just a bone stock motor, so if something happens, we'll worry about that another day. Ordered them, 8 of them for a V8. Got 2 extras. I guess it's the way to look at it. I will say this is a Summit Racing. Don't have a name brand. But I have tried so many. This is different. Cheap fuel regulators, and every time you buy a cheap one, they just don't work. But Not everybody wants to spend $200-300 on an Arab motive. Those are your best you're gonna get. So I'm gonna try the Summit, see what happens. Still got the boost controller, still got the wastegate, or what, not wastegate, blow off valve, still got all that, flanges. That is for where I mounted the turbo. The only thing I had to change was I had to put the oil filter relocator. So I've got braided AN hose for that. I don't really care for the rubber on that. So I've got to get that mounted. Still got work to do. I mean, you can imagine. Got the fuel system. Of course, got a cheap billet fuel rail. That intercooler is not what I'm using. This kit come with all this tubing. I went ahead and ordered a whole nother kit just to make sure there was no lack of hardware. So I think I got two different ways that I'm thinking about doing the intercooler. We'll see. Oh, if you wasn't here for last video, this is a coil pack engine, but I put a 7120 head on there. I can't find the numbers. So I've had to make this little bracket right here. Nothing fancy, but just needed something there. So I've got that. Did ARP stud it. Nothing too radical, just gonna be a daily driver. I guess I can just kind of give you a rundown what's fixing to happen, then I'm gonna lay the camera down and just go to work. First thing, gotta get the fuel drained. I'm gonna do AN from down there up to here. Fuel injectors, fuel rail. I don't know about a fuel gauge at this particular second, but then I gotta mount my fuel pressure regulator, and then I'll need a return to the fuel tank. Then next, I guess I gotta order something. This is loose, so it's not, well, said it was, there we go. The only adapters that it's come with are the same size, and they are way too big for the turbo, so I gotta figure that out. But my idea, give or take, was to something like that, come straight, turn, and that point I don't know. I don't know about the frame, I don't know, I'll figure that out, but and then come across and then just up and then possibly pretty common sense there, just turn. But as far as the intake, I'm not being the idiot and putting a cone filter right there. I'm gonna try to get it maybe back to the factory air box, maybe, but I do want cold air, so maybe even something custom, I don't know yet. Then this gargantuan thing is kind of hard to fit. I think best place I've come up with is right about there, but oops, to weld that flange I gotta cut a hole, which means metal's going back in there, so it can't go in the turbo, so I gotta take it off. But that means right here, I knew I wasn't gonna keep this. I was gonna cut this, put a V-band, well, probably in that area right there, then fix that. So that's that. Then next is the blow-off valve. Come with this flange, but I think they make something that goes like right in between a coupling. So I gotta order that too. Injectors, 2-bar mount sensor. No, oh, that's for my boat. My bad. Wrong part. And that's kind of about it. So like I said, I'm just gonna go to work. I'll pick y'all up when we know something cool. I got the fuel rail on, injectors, and I got that bolted to the firewall. Back to work. Alright, this is weird, but this is my time-lapse camera, this is my real camera. Let's see if I can push a button. Look right there where my thumb is. I got the fuel rail on, injector. October 29th. Gosh, GoPro sucks at this. 29th, 24. October 29th, 2024. And today is Sunday, December 15th. I knew this thing had been sitting here a while. I had to order some stuff, but I forget anything that's at the first of this video, so if it's botched, I apologize, but should have everything other than a tune to make this thing be ready. I mean, I keep my shop really clean, and just look at it. This is just sitting in dust. So look at that. That's wild. Of course, the interior, I mean, this is a junk Jeep, so don't forget that. But where was we at? We got the fuel rail. I had to get these fittings. I remember that's where I quit. I needed those fittings. V-band. We're babysitting the kid. So this is your blow-off valve. I've since acquired some tubing thanks to my buddy, and then like this little adapter thing that welds right in there. Cut it off to whatever size you need. So I've got that and a couple pieces. This is for your blow-off valve. I didn't want to make a crazy thing, so that wasn't much of nothing. Now you blow off just bolted that. Yeah, it come with that thing right there, so it's gonna be a lot of work to fab that up. So got that. Got the fittings I needed. Let's see. I got a AM 1000 fuel pump, and I also got a Walbro. What is it? 355, 255 maybe. I think for this one, I'm gonna end up going with that one. I think that one I'm gonna use on my stroker. I don't 100% know. Let's see. That's still for my boat, ain't it? Yeah, it's still for my boat. So there is the 2-bar map sensor. I don't think there's actually anything there I need. Then that one. One of these is open. There we go. So I've got a V-band. These things are not cheap. So I got a V-band, so I gotta cut it here. It sucks. I wasn't thinking I gotta add a piece back in to make that right there, but well, I could put it right there, couldn't I? I figured that out, but this got to get cut off because the blow-off valve is going somewhere in that general location. Would really fit nice right in there. I originally wanted going through the hood. For this particular build, I don't think I really worry about that. But I'll see. I gotta reevaluate. It's been a month and a half since I've been working on this. I think I had that last time I ordered another kit. And then this was the boot I needed to connect the turbo to this stuff. So I'm gonna sit down and do a little bit of work, and then I should know something here pretty soon as far as the build. Oh, if y'all didn't notice, there's a TV that was not there before, so that's pretty cool. And then got some leather seats for a Cherokee. Gosh, lights to go somewhere else. But me personally, I cut the bottom out for the fuel pump, and you can see I've got some stuff I gotta move. And then when you see it, you'll see it. Actually, I'll just explain when we get there. The fuel pump's gonna work out perfect. The fuel pump assembly. So I'm gonna go to work, see what I can make happen, and then we'll go from there. I don't even have a radio no more. I got a full TV. Man, this is not saying nobody's ever said it was easy, but they just make it out like throw a turbo on there and go. Man, I don't know if LS stuff, I feel like V8 would only be harder, but it's enjoyable. That's what I'll say. If you ever pay attention, the bigger the mess I got, that means the more I'm enjoying the project. See that over there? I'm changing the motor. It's spotless, so I'm not enjoying that. Okay, so I don't even remember off time lapse where I left. Put the fittings in. That's pretty self-explanatory. Hard mounted oil filter right there, so it's good. The V-bands, those are so cheap. No matter, let's see. As soon as you start it on there, the stainless is so junky, it galds. Is that the word I'm trying to say? Galds. So that's as far as that one made it. There's another nut that stuck to the bottom of my pan, so I cut it off there, and then I tried a non-lock nut, wound up. That's actually a coil pack bolt right there that I've welded. You can't see, but so maybe that'll hold. So I've got that. Let's see what else we got. I don't have enough of this to work with. Luckily, a buddy of mine gave me some stuff the other day right there, so I appreciate that. I probably should order a kit. I thought I had it all smooth sailing. Went to stick the alternator back on. It hit the stud, so I weaseled it around. Almost looks like they made it to fit. So it's going through the hood. I said I wasn't going to do it, but it's going through the hood. I tried and tried. I was going to come around here, and then turn down and turn down. And like I said, I just don't have enough material. So I was joking around and I stuck it up there, and I was like, yeah, so it's going to go through the hood. We'll get to that part when we get there, but let's see, where am I at? I realize I don't have a boot for this. I know next time I do this, it'll be like smooth sailing, but the first time ever doing anything like this, you need this boot, you need this size. I don't know, I don't care to admit that. So I wound up, I told you I ordered this boot. Well, I ain't even showed you, that's the boost controller. I was trying to weld that flange, if you can see. You can't see the bottom one, but I mounted it, or I was going to mount this piece I'm touching straight to the exhaust, and I was like, well, you got to put a piece of, like, not that, but you got to put something in between it to raise it up. So I put a little stubby, and it was hitting the coil pack, so I relocated it twice, got it on there. I assume that's what these fittings are for. There's still one somewhere on the bottom. I got to find my luck. Well, it's right there, so maybe it'll fit. But this is what I'm hoping for, is to tune that baby down right there, get it in there. Now we'll start our charge section. Go here, probably going 45 over, and God, I don't know how many fittings I got, but drop down, and then you'll go through your intercooler and then back up, across in there. And like I said, I don't have this, but hopefully maybe turn up and go straight to a factory intake. I don't know that, but we'll see when we get there. Make sure those don't rub a hole. So still got the fuel system, still got tuning, still got this. Golly, I guess now, I don't know, like I said, this video is spread out over months, but I'll tell you the beans of what I was going to do. I'm going to chicken out. I was not going to use the factory radiator, and I hope I didn't say this in the video already, but I just don't have time to screw with the air conditioning stuff. Somebody, I'm not going to open it up, but somebody sent me a video. It was an off-road only rig. They took a XJ radiator, and you had to trim the header panel, but they mounted the XJ up here, and what I was going to do is put the XJ up top, and then I was going to redo the frame right here, make it where it's flat, and then I was going to get a big intercooler for the bottom, link them together, and then use the factory fan setup, the electric fan, for maximum cooling flow. And then it'll still, I was going to have to use a Cherokee condenser and stuff like that, but this one, I'm going to chicken out. I'm probably going to have to cut the grill out and the intercooler be sticking through the grill. It'll work. So essentially the hot side's done. I mean, I still have to finish this, but it'll run like it is. And I've got a plan for the top. We'll worry about that then, but now start on this. Oh, And I noticed, if you didn't see, I got an inflatable hot tub. And me sitting here welding, I got to thinking that's probably, so I'm trying to be careful on my welding. But other than that, I don't know. Now that I say it in video, it sounds like I haven't done anything, but I promise you I have. It's just a slow process. Still got to mount the turbo back up. I forgot about that. All right, well, I'm gonna order a boot for this, figure out what I need for that, and then I guess I may or may not time lapse the intercooler side because I don't know what I'm doing. So probably gonna be a slow process. So let me get that ordered, go from there. All right, this morning I'm gonna try to get some of the intake, cold side, whatever you want to call it, run, fixed up, and I might go with this intercooler. I'll explain later, but just go and see if I can get some busy work knocked out. All right, I think it's the first time I picked the camera up and I'm like satisfied where I'm at, if that makes sense. This part just seemed to fall together, which I'll take because nothing else is really falling together. Real quickly, I apologize about the light. If you notice, there's lights all across my shop. I run out right here, so there's literally a plug-in, where's it at? Right there, and a plug-in right there. Today is Thursday. You watch tomorrow, I'll have lights up. I never filmed it, but that's where the Jeep was sitting in the shop, if you can remember. And yes, I put up the lights the next day, along with those, and along with those two. But it's covered up, it's gonna be hard to see. I've done a lot. I feel like that time lapse y'all just watched, hopefully it wasn't too long, but I've just been working. This boot worked out perfect, turned out. That's one piece that fit absolutely phenomenal. I don't like it bouncing off the alternator. Of course, I'll do something about it. And then right here, you can't see, but the intercooler trimmed it out. This piece is garbage. I was using it for mock-up, but you can see pretty much fits right back there. I am going to have to support that. But got all that cut out, and then that comes right to my finger. So I've got an extra long boot ordered, but it'd be a 90, and then a piece of metal coupling, and then there, crap, I forgot about something. All right, anyways. So that side should be good, goes to the intercooler. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep that one. You can see I've got room to add a bigger one, but I'm gonna see if somebody will sponsor me one. And then this comes straight, and that is one piece right there, one piece. And then I'm gonna use a Jeep intake. I might pull that throttle body spacer back off, but I think the Jeep sits low and it's like perforated, so it should straight couple on that. I gotta keep it out of that. I seen Larry Krogh, what happened to him. So that's that, and if you caught in time lapse, I decided to relocate the battery. So actually pretty proud of this thing. I'll show you throwing a battery in it in a second, but the paint ain't too wet. It slides in there, hooks under that hook, and then this bolts down right here. It'll have bolts in, and it'll sandwich that battery in there. And I was gonna fill that hole in, I realized I don't care, so that's cool. Only thing I just remembered is the this piece of thing right there. So I still got Is that the right? Yeah, I still got that. What I may do is just, I can't do it, but I may get my buddy to weld that in for me right there. So that way it's just one piece of pipe, tube, whatever you want to call it. So that's that. Yeah, we need the. I don't know if you have a turbo without that little, especially side-by-side people, they can't drive them without. So battery, like I said, I've got some ordered to do that, but you can see now I just got a boot going to come out with a 45, and I'm actually going to build an entire box. Oh yeah, I've done a lot since time lapse. Well, I haven't actually done it. I just discovered a lot. That was prime location before I added this, and the air box that's not there yet. So not now, but this will get relocated. I'm gonna build some kind of jig that comes up and holds it right there, because that's a completely useless area at the moment. Gotta get something to guard my heater hoses off my exhaust right there, because that's obviously gonna get hot. Oh, and this is why y'all are here. I would still be on time lapse, honestly, if it wasn't for this, but if you've caught on, it's sitting in this little hole. One of the next steps is fuel pump, but I got thinking, I was like, it'll still fire up on factory fuel pump and then go to this lift right here, and we'll finish all that stuff up on the lift where I ain't got to crawl underneath all that dust. Oh, gotta get the light. So I'm not saying I invented this. I'm just saying I think it's gonna be kind of neat to see if it works out. So I've got 2 cables, and then I've got 3 wires to join together here. Well, I know they make like butt connectors you just crimp, but me being a tightwad and living off YouTube money, I've finding ways to save money. So for $2, I went and found this right here, and I cut me a little slug down. I've already been practicing. So now I'm gonna slide this over my new, and we're gonna lay this right in along with there. And could solder it, I know, but hack job here. So that's gonna be the wire. Make sure they stay. Now this is the part I think is pretty neat. Got a flare tool, which it'll slide over the wire. I went and found a angled piece of metal. Now I'm gonna slide it till it bottoms out. Said it was. So now it should stay there. Actually, I'm gonna turn it around. And it's the first time ever doing it, so let's just start in the dead center. Bet it's gonna try to spin, what do you bet? Maybe not. Probably poke a hole in it. Oh. I mean, it's going somewhere. Honestly, need something that's probably not. Well, you probably want that pointy thing right there. I mean, it's working. So, boy, that's ugly. I wonder if I could, now that it's squeezed off like that, maybe these are big enough. If it'll fold over, that would be like ideal size-wise. And the wire's falling out. Well, that's not good. Well, that looks much better, and they're in there pretty good, so probably should take that pointy thing and stab in there, but now I'm gonna find some way to protect that from the elements and get the hot knocked out, get my battery mounted, and we should fire this thing back up and it'll run just like it ran before, except with a turbo. Well, it'll uselessly be blowing through there. Hey, I can go get that piece right there. Oh, it's gonna be turbocharged today. Sweet. All right, shouldn't take 2 seconds to mount the battery and finish that up and make some terminal ends, so kind of excited now. All right, sometimes you get thrown signs in your face, and I took them, so this is what's fixing to happen. Just kind of touch bases where I'm at. Battery, like I said, got the little thing bolted in. She ain't going nowhere. But I keep forgetting that I went ahead and put the battery terminals on. So I was over here rerouting my alternator wires, and I touched the hot to that, and it actually smelled like burning rubber. So that was sign number 1. And then I was sitting here trying to place the blow-off valve for in case, you know, future I want to run it outside where to make extra noise. So I've got that lined up. Well, I was just going to mock it over to another one and try to weld it later. Well, the first one I had was like super short, and this one's like super long. So I had no clue this whole time that these was different lengths. You can see if I can get the camera far enough that they're like many inches shorter or longer. So just lay that there. Had no idea. I thought they was all the same. So anyway, I got it marked out. You see, I went and got this thing. It's clear and just fine. I had to put a little tweak on it, so that's good as long as it don't move around. Got the throttle body spacer bolted on, so far as I know, we're keeping it. See if I can run and get this on camera. Oh shit! You can hear them. They fly military jets over, like, I swear I can look up and make eye contact with the people. It's like stupid low. I don't know the point of it, but they do it. I'll get it on camera one day. So where was I at? This thing, I'm gonna drive it out there, and then I'm gonna try to learn TIG welding. I bought a TIG welder. I've just never attempted it because I know it's hard. Still got to do PCV system. But the kicker was, remember last time, if you do, you don't, but it didn't have oil pressure, and I've got the oil pressure teed off with this thing, which has like a little hole that should make it have the same relatively reading. So as I was swapping it, I hit my pliers on the starter, and I was sitting there shaking trying to get out of there before it blew up. So that battery's got some fire. Not gonna get too specific on this video, but this is an AGM. After COVID, it seemed like lead acid batteries just went to crap. Like, they last about a year. These seem to be holding up better. They're the longest warranty at Walmart, and I can't get down there, but that says made in Germany. Never heard of anything bad made in Germany, so I don't know. So I still got to wait on this stuff. I'm still waiting on this part. Well, I'm waiting on that part, so I'm waiting on several different things. Like I said, I'm putting a new light up right here, so if I can move this, that would be great. So I think I'm gonna take a break. Got most of everything loaded up. And again, y'all won't see the break. I'm just tired of working on the thing, and I've got another project that I want to go tinker with, so this thing's fixing to get pulled out of here. Yeah, I definitely need this break. More I was sitting there thinking about, I was like, I still got the full exhaust, still got finished fuel system, fuel pump, return line, PCV system, O2, bungs, boost controller, all that plumbing, finished that. So yeah, I mean, I just get burnt out usually after 3 days, but this thing's been sitting here since, well, over 2 months. But it should run. This, as long as the fuel stuff don't leak, it's gonna go through the regulator, but it's not gonna be doing anything. It's not returning. It's still gonna use the regulator in the tank. But it's gonna be weird. I guess it just cranks like a normal one. I'm sure it'll have to prime that whole fuel system pretty good. I ain't tried nothing since, y'all know I ain't fake. It's in park. I hope the regulator's set low enough that it'll go through. Oh, that's the new injectors too. Man, if she runs, she's probably gonna be rich. Because it thinks it's got like, what, 19 pounds, and it's got 24 pounds. I don't know if I hear the fuel pump. Well, that would be because the relay's not in the fuel pump. That makes good sense. oil's still the one for the AC clutch. I don't remember even taking that out. Oh well. Easy fix. Yep, there we go. I went and picked up some more 93, but I'm pretty sure I've already pumped all the fuel out and put 93 in it. Oh, heard something. Where's that at? I don't know, it's pretty stinky gas. Y'all can come in closer. I think it's a bad AN hose, give or take. You go get a squeezy relay. I got a zip tied one that should do the same job. What? What in the world? It's leaking the entire hose. Watch right there where my fingers are. Can y'all see that? Try to zoom in. The entire hose is leaking. What the heck? Alright, well, let me fix that. I want y'all to see it. Let me see. Watch right there. It's shiny, so I don't think it's going to focus. I mean, I'm buying the cheapest AN stuff off. See it? Huh. Alright, well, I'm going to go back with nylon instead of stainless. Alright, I found out there was another one below it that needed capped off, so yeah, I needed 2 caps, and I think it's leaking somewhere else. I know I got that tight. Let's see what happens now. Oh goodness gracious. What the heck? It's leaking everywhere. Freaking port in the back that's leaking now. Well, I don't guess I ever actually tightened it. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ports. Why would you need 5 ports? Alright, I'm going to take it off to get to that one, so give me a second. Well, the camera was just sitting there. I got smart. It's like, this is from the fuel pump, and it's going into here, and then it was coming out the regulator system. So I'm just going to screw the factory fuel pump straight onto the fuel rail and bypass that for now. Because we got to have horsepower, so we need, you know, bigger and better things. Not necessarily, guess you'd say you have to. Well, you got to have boost revers, never mind. Maybe. Now, this one isn't no good. Now that I know what I know, I don't really know how I feel about stainless stuff, because it's conductive. Like if you laid it in between that, so it would arc out. Kind of scary. That's much better. There we go. So now it should fire right up. Should. Just leave it there in case. Alright, let's try again. You know, could have been more dramatic, but you know. Fuel pressure sounds good. You'd have to have zero or low oil pressure when it's cold. They all have it when they're cold. Dang. Dang it, that's a big mess. I'm just gonna lay the camera down. I don't know what to do, man. What has happened? I never tightened hose clamps. Dang it. Dang it. That's probably why we don't have oil pressure. Alright, don't tell my wife I'm doing this. Gonna save the planet. This just sucks. Well, at least I caught it. What's fixing to happen, so I'm gonna clean all this crap up. Dang it. I don't even remember what oil I was running in this thing now. Something's gonna happen. I feel like there's too many things going wrong. Alright, the vacuum cleaner, I probably Googled it how much that thing holds, but it's full, so it's checking the ball or whatever you want to call it. And I got most of it, but there's still a lot back there I can't reach. So I feel like it probably pumped all the oil out of the motor. That's why it started falling down even more. But if you remember, well, I don't think I ever actually said it. Again, sorry about the lighting, but yeah, I never tightened these because I didn't know if I was finished. But now I'm finished, so I'm gonna tighten them and put oil back in the thing. I don't like mixing oils myself, and I really don't know what's in this thing. I think it's just regular oil. Okay, little setback. Alright, if you didn't know, they hold 6 quarts, and I put 5 quarts back in there, and it's dead on full. So let's try this again. Maybe this ain't strike 3, and again, the coolant system is dry, so I'll probably be speedy when I do this. Maybe we'll have more oil pressure this time. Yeah, that looks much better. Getting up there to where it's supposed to be. Okay, we're good now. Everything looks good there. I'm gonna make a mess in the shop, I know that for sure. Let me get the thing out of here. Yeah. Man, I can't wait, can't wait. Come on, you go. She's so confused. They don't know what's going on right now. Hey, I still don't know this transmission's good. Y'all probably are tired of hearing me saying that, but I don't. So confused. I'm sure the turbo's lagging the motor and you try to give it gas and it's like, what's going on? Turbo sounds about right. Cut it off, it's still on. No water. I gotta back it in because I'm OCD like that. Turbos on no tube or tune, and they get mad at you if you said it out loud, but it's running worse than it did with the turbo. I can about guarantee it. The way tunes work nowadays. Carburetor, different One day. There's stuff crackling. Yeah, there it is. Oh, smoky that one. I don't have a tool with me to undo the battery, so I'll be back. So that's a project. That's not technically a project, still got stuff to do. And then that's a project, and that's a project, and that's a project, that's a project. That's a project, that's a project, that's a project, that's a project. A bunch of them over there. Projects. That's a project, that's a project, that's a project. But this is the one I'm working on next, so. If I work on one all the time, I get frustrated, so I just always swap up and work on different ones. You'll see. I was walking back down here and I heard sirens.
Attention please. Carbon monoxide gas leaking. Please open the window and the door.
Oh, mess. So like I said, y'all won't see this break, but just for my personal benefit, I'm gonna take a break and then we'll be right back on it and we'll drive it, but I know it ain't gonna be right. All right, got it back in the shop. Every time I hear this thing run, I get excited about it because it just seems to run pretty good. Let me show you what I bought. Everything since the last scene, I've ordered a bunch of stuff. I got everything I need except one part. This is the stuff I had. Ordered all this little stuff. See, this is 1.5 inches, whereas I was trying to use like some pretty big stuff. I don't know why I got that. But if you remember in here, I didn't have the proper stuff, so now I got the proper stuff. I'll do this a little better. Oil filter relocator is gonna go in this area. Now I know there's more room. May have to reroute some stuff, but gonna move that. And then this is the only major piece I needed, was the extended 45. And I'm not gonna pull my phone up, but I've ordered all these extra. Everything in this box is extra since the last scene y'all seen. And I've got everything I need except that one part. It's today's Saturday, it's supposed to be here Monday, so I'm gonna just lay the camera down and go to work, see if I can get some of this stuff knocked out. And still gotta do the fuel pump, those stuff, so just gonna be busy, and I'll try to pick you up and show you. Still gotta build an air box too, so I'm gonna go to work. You gotta love fab work. I've been working since 11 o'clock. 1, 2, 2.5 hours. Guess what I built? A little bitty piece of metal. That's all I've got, but that's good. Bolts there. I forgot I had to go behind to cover the, not cover, to dodge the header panel. So I had to go back in here, come around, and blah, blah, blah. Got some bolts. So that's cooling out of the way. On to the next step, which is probably gonna get the oil filter moved before I get clutter, and then I'll start everything else. I don't know how many times I actually said in this video, but turbocharging is not that easy. It's like, I think if you do a really crappy job, it's probably easy, but to do stuff legit, reasonably legit, hack job legit, we'll just go with that. It takes a lot of effort. All right, just an update before I turn the radio on. Let's see, what's the first thing? Y'all seen those mounts. I decided to paint them. It's much easier to do that kind of work when you have the material. I remember I was working with like 3 pieces, and again, I had a route. I was gonna go right across here, turn up. It looked like a good routing, and I was gonna go through the hood, like I said. Turns out the radiator hose, this thing, and the boost tube is gonna go through that area. So, against what I said, I did this, and I'm going straight down. So, this particular Jeep, I don't think will be using much of the boost controller. If we build some radical stuff, yes, I'm gonna run the beep out the hood. Just not this one. So that's done. Still gotta hook the boost controller up. Let's see. And then you can just tell what a day I've had. You can see there's the inserts down there. I changed my mind on there. These inserts I started with, then I changed my mind to go there. Same thing, I had to move those. And then I traced them out, and it's hard to see, you'll see when it's put together, but I put them on upside down, so I had to redo that, or it's easier just to leave them in there. So got that. Oil filter's gonna mount right there. Gotta put that back together. Still need to support my heater core hoses and stuff off the exhaust a little bit. And gotta finish cutting that. So we are getting there. Just takes time. Back to work. More work. So I admit I wish the filter was sitting this way, but it's gonna be fine. They have drain back valves in them to prevent that, and it's a 4.0, so give it credit. But that's mounted, should be good. Hope the motor don't flex and then pull them hoses off there. Should see a lot of smoke really quick if that happens, because that thing will be hot and that oil will go on there. So safety feature. Let's see. I've wired in for my 2-bar mount sensor. You can hear it's raining, so I was gonna go get a Cherokee mount and kind of make it classy like a Cherokee. Mount that up there. Still gotta finish my fuel rail. I think I'm fixing to check the fan. That's about it. Oh yeah, I'll just show you my little mount. Just screws in there, and like I said, I've got this. I don't know what this stuff is. Justin uses it, you know, the thing where he puts like a thing on a head and vacuums it to check the valves. That's kind of what it is. So it's just sticky on one side and then kind of squishy. So I've got that to go against the condenser, because it does like sandwich on there pretty hard. And yeah, I'm gonna wind up putting some duct tape, trying to get, well, maybe actually some full tape. I don't know if that's it, or I've got some more. Trying to get most air I can, and I still got room to upgrade this, and I still got room to upgrade to a bigger one, but this will do for now. If you didn't know, this is my first ever time doing a turbo, so I'm learning as I go, but I just learned about that thing. See, I've still got all these little controllers and stuff like that, but actually I don't think I need them. I think the spring will do its job. When I learn, I may do a video on turbos for dummies, because there's probably not a lot of videos out there that just straight explains it slow and easy. If you, I mean, some people's like arrogant and just like act like they know, but in truthfully you don't know. You have to learn. So we'll keep working. We're getting there. I need some parts out there, but it's raining. I heard Dexter getting a hack job. Do it. What are you doing? They don't need to see this. Oh, being a hack job maybe. Gotta save money. Alright, so I got the fuel pump out. Justin kind of tattled on me, but you can see this is the Walbro. That's the one I'm gonna go with. It's just a pinch longer. Made in USA. Try not to get dirty. But for the most part, fuel pumps are just the same. So the only thing, this is a little bigger. You can tell that's supposed to have like a rubber hose on it, and it sticks off in this thing there. So to make up for the size, I shoved the O-ring down inside of, like beside this thing right there. So I'm gonna try to get that back together. Got a new screen, gonna get another new screen, so it'll fit factory location. And that's what I was gonna say. Luckily, WJ has an external regulator, which I've already thrown away. So this will be the output line to the fuel pressure regulator, and then this will be the return, and it's already built into the fuel pump. So that may actually be an upgrade for Cherokee people doing a turbo setup. I ain't even thought about that. All right, I'm gonna put this together. If I done said this, I'm sorry, delete this scene. So I got me AN from there to there made. I got the delivery routed over here, routed there, that's good. The return hooks on the bottom goes straight down. Still need a fuel gauge. Map sensors mounted. That's ready for the blow off valve. I still got to weld, and then I've done some routing and stuff like that for vacuum reference fuel pressure regulator. Over here, don't think I've done nothing, and I think I've learned I don't really have to do anything here. I thought I did. Like I said, I may have to do a whole video just on what I learned from turbos, because people get so ornery. Like, they get so mad if you don't know something. Like, I don't know. I don't care to admit that. But this is the thing I can't figure out. So I'm not stressing over that. I'll figure it out. The return line. I had a used piece of the AN hose. I didn't want to break a 20-foot roll. I stretched it out the entire length of the Jeep. I was like, hey, that'd be perfect. I bet it's probably like 12 foot. By the time I routed it, I've got AN fittings on the fuel thing now, but by the time I routed it, you can see that's all I have left. What are the odds that's exactly how much I needed? I don't even have to take it out. I can build it right there. Screw it on. Maybe. Oh, no, not yet, almost. So we're getting very close. Still waiting on this one piece right here, and I've got to weld that. And it is going on 5:30 Sunday. And if you remember, the one hose is supposed to be here Monday if nothing happens. So I'm gonna keep working away on this thing, but it's gonna time out about right. Trying to think, there's something I was gonna say about this. Trimmed it out, got all that ready. Need to get some lights for it. Getting there, almost. All right, I think I've got the fuel system besides the vacuum reference. We're not worried about that right now, because we ain't running it. Well, I guess, hey, that'd be, well, I don't think it matters. You set it to your regular and then it vacuum changes it. So got that. I'm gonna put a battery on it, prime it, and check for leaks. I'm definitely gonna need a battery. Well, not necessarily, but like that. Let's see. Fuel pump is out. So got me a zip tied relay. Kind of nervous. There's literally, well, y'all watched last time, there's how many places that it can leak, and now there's even more places. I think I already hear it leaking. Dang. Oh, I never tightened that one. Okay. Alright, tighten one more. Alright, just because I got the camera out, well, since I got it in the air, you can see I've got a fitting that sticks into the existing one. I'm about to put a little clip on it, and then that's the line I didn't have tightened. And then the other return is just zip tied up there for now. I think y'all remember that. And then, yeah, it goes up there. Still need an O2 bung and fix this freaking leak. Golly. I had a piece of AN hose that was about the right length. I stuck it up there just for mock-up, and it worked. So that's why I forgot that one. All right, take two. Maybe we got them all fixed this time. I think that's just the regulator bypassing. Hope so. I think it's leaking. You gotta be kidding me. Maybe it's just glossy. Nope, it's pouring. What? Word. This is impossible. And I want to daily drive this thing. It's just barely seeping around the return right there. Let me see if it's just loose. Alright, temp number, let me dry it off. 45 feels like. Once you get the stuff set up, it's pretty good. It's just I don't know, you're fighting with a China-made parts. Try again. That's why I use straight fittings, is they don't have O-rings to go bad. So if you use one that has like swivels and stuff, they're nice, but they have O-rings and eventually they go bad. Okay, we look good there. Now we're building 10 pounds. We need more pressure. I guess let's go check back there for leaks. Everything there's good. I know it's kind of glossy. Walk back this way. That's my transmission coolers I'm going to use. I'll explain soon. Back here sounds like a high performance fuel pump. My bad, I forgot to press record button, but I was going to say this is a Summit Racing brand, and you can spend more money. I just wanted to try theirs, but the cheap ones, they suck. Throw them in the garbage. I've got it dialed in to 50 on the dot, and like I said, we'll have to change that up, get it in the cab where I can watch it and all that stuff. But that's good. Fuel system. See if we can purge a little air off. No, all fuel. Alright then, so fuel system's good. Just need that one boost tube and... Alright, so fuel system checks out. It's good. Waiting on this one little hose here. And then I may lay the camera down and see if I can learn how to TIG weld. That'll be on my other channel. And figure out what this Dumaflachi here is for. But other than that, it's really close. Obviously it needs tuning. But as far as running and driving... Oh, I got to do the transmission. We'll work on the transmission. I was doing some kind of off-camera maintenance stuff here, but this is just too good not to show. So, doing a pan gasket. Didn't really want the thing just pouring everywhere. And I know a lot of people's not going to know what I'm talking about, but just while I'm here, this is not the right sensor for this transmission. Is there enough light? No. What is this? This is a 02G, and if you look, oh, the camera's not going to do it, is it? That's a 99 model transmission, and that's a 99 model sensor. That's wrong, but I've never put a 99 in a 02, but I don't think it's right. And if you look at the magnet, there is tons of metal. So all I know is I'm gonna put a drain plug in it for easeability, and I'm gonna change filter. I'll probably clean the sensors and put it back together and hope for the best. And got my AN run. I ordered like 6 rolls of the wrong stuff, so I can't use the AN fittings. Just hit my head. And I was going to explain this later, but I've got one of these. I'll explain here in a little bit. We'll see if I can get it to quit leaking transmission fluid. So bad. So bad. Alright, so one thing I wouldn't say made a mistake, I just kind of forgot about, is I need an O2 sensor. And my buddy said, well, I can run one. They have duals, but he says we can go in there and turn it off and just run off one of them. But I got to drill a hole for this in exhaust, and if I drill a hole, all the metal shavings will go through the turbo. It probably survive, but I'd rather not do it. So what I'm thinking is I done lost it. I've got the air hose for my painting stuff, so it's regulated to like 10 psi or whatever you want to set it at. So I'm just going to stick this off in there. That should pressurize everything, so when you do break through, it'll be blowing out and hopefully keep all the shavings on my side. I've heard of the grease method. I just don't feel like I trust it. Like, I feel like the grease is going to catch some, but I don't feel like it's going to catch all of it. I'm sorry about the noise, it just is what it is. Alright, this is going to be kind of awkward. Really awkward. That's about where I want it. I should have done this when I had it off. Oh yeah. Tell you what. I'm sorry, but that's pretty much where y'all have to go, because I can't. Got to trust. That's hard. Well, try a different bit. Got air coming out of it. Yeah, I believe that's working good. .12-volt drill does not like drilling holes. Small. That works better. I can feel the air hitting my hand, so. That'll work. Actually, that's fine. I could go bigger, but it wouldn't do any good. Maybe no shaving got in there. Whew, tired of listening to that. I'm gonna get that welded up. Alright, working on the airbox, so it's actually coming out pretty good. I'll show you in a second. But this is the part we've been waiting for. Hopefully this is the last purchasable. Well, I ordered a boost gauge and I ordered a fuel pressure gauge, so you know it never ends. Hopefully this is longer than it looks the same. Maybe it's good. I now have enough turbo stuff to do probably not another setup. I just have a lot. I've ordered this, and just keep on ordering more stuff. Let's see. Yes, that will get the job done right there. So have to trim that down, get a piece in between there. Still gotta learn aluminum weld. obviously not done, but got this stub through there, got a thing building a wall, got mounts where the battery location mounts. I think it's pretty neat. That's what I was sitting here thinking, somebody's gonna make fun of it, which I'm used to. But I don't think I've ever seen, me personally, ever seen a turbo setup on YouTube with a built airbox. Most people just slap a turbo on there and start tuning. I think it'll help, but like I said, it's not gonna be nice. And I know somebody has done it. I've just never seen. Keep plugging away. This is weeks into it. Man, that's a lot of work. I should have been thinking ahead. This is thicker gauge. Ow, it's hot. This is, I don't know what this actually is. It's like an old toolbox. But I can't get in there to clean the paint off, and this weld every time you, or the paint when you weld it, it just like fumes up. And it's currently winter time, so I'm trying not to overfume my shop. So I'm gonna full tape it, get this baby painted. Officially got everything plumbed. It's not done, just gotta figure it out. Finalize everything, clamp it down, get that on there. Still got a filter on the way, and I gotta figure out how to weld aluminum. Before I put them up, I just wanted to show you a tool I use that I forget how cool it is. Can y'all see? Just get a scrap piece here. I don't want to get cut. These little things here, I mean, that's pretty thick metal. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, it's pretty strong, but man, these things are just you see what's happening. They don't turn, you can't turn with them, but as far as cutting, definitely worth the money. In case I haven't said it, this is my first ever turbo setup, and I feel like next time I'll be like so much more knowledgeable about what I'm doing. So like, I added that little bracket right there. Probably not necessary. You can see it's still smoking. That's cool. Anyways, got that. I mean, I was just worried that this was going to be sitting here rattling across that. And the O2 sensor is going to work, but now knowing what I know, I should have put it in before. Like right here would have been much better because it's going to try to lean on the headers there, but should be fine as long as it's long enough. And the thing about this I didn't never finish is I'm going to order a longer one of these. I know these transmissions with no cooler on daily driving will survive. So my thinking is if you can just add just a little bit of cooling and you're just daily driving, it should be fine. Worst case, I know a guy that has a backyard of like 1,000 Jeeps, so we'll be all right. Yeah, keep looking at me. Up here, up here, up here. Don't look down there. All right, so I got kind of, I wouldn't say frustrated, but I get agitated with like the build. So I laid the camera down. I'm not gonna say I'm done, but I'm done. After Justin leaves, we'll go over it and everything, but he was standing here and I looked at him, I said, the next time it cranks up, it'll be under boost. And he's like, let's hear it. I was like, okay. What's ironic is today is Thursday, it's 6 o'clock, okay? Tomorrow morning, my tuner is coming. I bought a computer and I'm gonna learn HP tuners. You busy tomorrow?
I would like to be in on that, yeah.
Okay, we can hold the camera tomorrow too. But that's what I wasn't even gonna fire this thing up because it's got a 2-bar map sensor now and it's under boost. It's confused as heck. It has wrong injectors. Like, if it runs, will surprise me, to be completely honest.
What could go wrong? Which one of these tubes is going to blow off?
The one, y'all will see it eventually. I had to cut it, and you know how they had the little flares on the end? Mm-hmm. I didn't have anything, so I just bent it with a pair of pliers. Well, we'll elaborate that later. What do you expect? It's a Grand Cherokee with a turbocharger that doesn't know it has a turbo. It's funny to say it like that.
It's got a turbo, but it doesn't know it has a turbo.
It's got O2 sensors.
Is it safe to stand right here where this hole is?
I think it'd probably be loud on them.
Yeah, let's stand over here.
Okay, so it's 20 degrees outside, legit. So we're not gonna run it long. I just want to see what it does. I got a wall bro on there. Y'all know that. I put a cam in it while y'all was gone.
Y'all can't see it on camera, but that thing is about to. I thought them things are hard as a rock too. Golly.
I was trying to get the blow off valve to do something, but it's evidently building boost because can we see it?
Huh?
Should we do this again?
You want me to get down close to it?
Stand right here and I'll riv it up.
I don't want to stand right there. I'll stand right here.
Can you see it good?
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see it. I can see as much as I want to see it.
I'm surprised at how quiet the turbo is. I can barely hear it.
I mean, it's a small turbo, but it's obviously building boost. So, got the boost meter on the way. Tuners tomorrow. Fuel pressure. Did you know they make an electronic screw-in fuel pressure gauge for in here?
That's neat.
That's what I thought. Instead of analog with, worrying about fuel spraying in the cab.
That's neat.
Okay, well, I'll let Justin go home, and then we'll walk around where I've got it. And then from this point, I don't know what to do. I'll figure that out. I need coolant. You want to turbo yours tomorrow?
The 4-cylinder.
Yeah, the 4-cylinder.
4-cylinder needs one.
This has took me, like, if I didn't do anything else, I swear I've got 3 solid work weeks.
That's what, when I was looking at my 4-cylinder, I was like, oh, I got all this room and this and that. It's like, that part don't matter. It's just so much stuff.
Yeah, this one, like, I'm glad it's done with, but like my next project y'all don't know about, I'm excited about it because it's just like simple. This was yeah. And it's what's crazy, you think of a V8, how hard a V8 is. I mean, they're just doing them left and right. So we get this one figured out. I've learned a whole lot. I've enjoyed it, but like I just said, I'm maxed out on my time, so probably gonna get stressed out with a tuner tomorrow. But I think that'll be a full video as far as tuning from scratch. Even this, and y'all won't see it. On this video, you'll probably see the aftermath, I think, if I figure it out. Anyway, I'll figure it out. All right, so you can see I've got it back together. I personally think what I'm gonna do is, it's essentially, well, for the most part done. I still got the 2 things, the gauges and stuff like that, exhaust, stuff like that. So probably won't include it in the video because it's not really, well, anyways, what I think I'm gonna do is pull it out because it'll be, I've got to order this piece here before we can tune it because it's obviously fixing to blow. So I'm gonna get it done and get it drivable. The tuning will be its own video, and then when I get this thing done, since y'all stuck the video out, I'll let y'all ride along and see what it's like. That way, I just feel like that will make you appreciate. That way it shows my appreciation for you watching to the end. So let's kind of just go over where we're at. That's the coupler down there. I know it's probably hard to see, but where it butts 2 of these silicones together. Got a little tight in this area. May end up, that's low pressure, so you can, if you didn't know, you can actually hose clamp those. So might actually reroute that through here, but for now that's good. Dang, I still gotta put coolant in it, so I'm gonna do that off camera. Airbox, waiting on a filter. I really feel like that'll help because I mean that's gonna, I may actually order some insulation so just to keep some of this heat from going into the motor. Got that, air conditioner, lines routed. I don't remember if I showed y'all, I put a thing back there to pull all the hoses up. It's already building some heat. I'm doing a video on TIG welding aluminum and so far it's not going good, but I think I know the answer. These are what my TIG welds are looking like, and none of them are good. So I'm gonna carry this to a buddy, let him weld it until I can learn myself how to TIG. But if you remember, there was a little adapter I'd bought. I shoved it off in there and then wound up trimming another boot and got that routed right there. So that's good. We'll order a 135 degrees, so that'll solve that. Mounted the 2-bar. I think that's why it's so confused on the running. I got to figure out my PCV system because I think you just need a special or just a good PCV valve because normally that one will be getting vacuum from the intake, but if this starts building boost, it's going to be pushing back out, back through there, back through here, which is not good for the boost application. So I'll get that figured out, probably order some stuff. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do hood pins. They're just, you couldn't fit nothing here, and to do one on both sides is possible, but I'm gonna need like a rod to go between them for the Cherokee latch and stuff. So I hate them, but they will get the job done. And I'll probably end up putting another hood. No, I won't. I'm lying. This Jeep, if you remember, the whole purpose of this Jeep is just to get a crappy one to drive. I think that's got it covered. As far as up here, you tighten my shocks up. So I gotta get all this crap put away. This is amazing that I needed all this stuff, and I just ordered another kit of this stuff for another video. But yeah, I think that's we'll put all this away. Long as my fuel pump all works out, I'll button all that back down. Actually, yeah, I'll tape all that up. We're getting there. I don't know if I'll do a headliner or not. So I'll get everything squared away. I'll at least get it on camera driving out of here. And then next scene, hopefully everything's good. For some reason I had a lot of screws left over. Oh well. Man, I was freaking out. I was pouring antifreeze in, it's all going good. You know, I was just thinking everything was good, and all of a sudden, it just started gushing out like the side of the block. And I was just like freaking out, like, I know I put the hoses on. What could it be? And I can't believe I let this slip. The port on this has the 7120 head back there where the port is. I don't have a motor. Yeah, I do. If this video isn't out yet, y'all didn't see a thing, so don't say nothing. But that sensor right there in the head, the WJ doesn't use it, so I was supposed to cap it off, and I just forgot. Yeah, y'all didn't see nothing. See nothing. Appreciate the people that stay to the end of the video, so I always try to give y'all something. You didn't see nothing. In the morning, we'll drive her out. I think it's a little confused. What would you say? I'm gonna back down, let the coolant be bleeding out, or whatever it does. Got me scared at this point is it's in limp mode. The rear limiter 3 grand, and the only time I've ever seen that, the majority of the times that I see that, means the cam and crank correlation are off. So if you follow this from the get-go, I had to wire the cam sensor plug back on there. So it's like it's rigged, but I was in a rush. So man, this is a project. I'm going to top the antifreeze off, wait on my other parts to come in, and then hopefully we'll be done. The tuning thing, I don't know if I said it, the tuning didn't go like I was hoping. I still need to order this, and we both honestly need to learn. So you won't see the gap, but I'll be back on this soon. Alright, we're watching my video, so I'm not copyrighted. I've been doing a lot of work off camera because I don't like long videos, but I know there is people, but I don't know. Anyways, let's back to it. Grab a flashlight, I'll get a flicker light. So what have I done? Y'all remember the O2 sensor, but I've added a, I did that with my flux core welder. If I got a video or a review on that, I actually like that thing. But that's the wideband. So I've got a wideband, and you can see it's still a coolant. I went ahead and straight piped it, and you can make fun of my welds. I'm okay with that. I'm not a welder. But I did all that just so I don't know, just because. I put a cool tip on it, and I went ahead and cut. I'm gonna cut more, but like normally, you know, they hang down right here. Well, this one I could care less about the Jeep. So for some reason, if I go off road and it hangs, went ahead and raised it up and made a cool cut on it. Oh crap! I forgot to weld them. Dang, I'll probably put a hose clamp on that till I remember to weld it. So that's that. Where else am I? I think that's about it. I got some gauges. I ordered a fuel pressure gauge. It didn't read. It was 15 pounds. So I got the 60 pound on the way. Let me let it back down. I think we're getting pretty close. Man, I'm hooked on watching my own video. So this is the first, sorry about the rain. It rains every time I pull the camera out. Well, that's usually when I'm in the shop because it's raining. Anyways, this is the first startup. Like I said, it is straight pipe. I guess let me move y'all back there.
We should have started grinding the wool first scene. That way.
Learning from this guy. Maybe that'd be a pretty good angle. Gauges now.
He said, well, melted water in there.
And a battery. I've done that before. Maybe that.
You're good, we'll go to this little rubber plug. They tell you won't.
I don't like isolator. I ain't having that noise there. I'm gonna finish buttoning this up. Like I said, y'all can realize I don't care about this Jeep. Actually, I fit my boost gauge, which I can't get to come up. I guess I'm building boost, and then that's my new, well, I don't have it hooked up, AFR gauge, and that's my fuel pressure, which doesn't participate. But let me get that buttoned up, and we're getting pretty daggum close. Got to put stickers on next. Exhaust is not. I'll figure out something. It's just easy for now. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna turn the key on now. I haven't yet to get my boost gauge to come up, so that just changes colors, don't it? My Jeep is blue, so we're gonna leave it blue. Air fuel, oh goodness gracious. It's not 14.7 to 1 right now. Wait, maybe it's gotta warm up. I can't believe both of them fit there. Fired up C. Oh crap. Well, that's for the fuel gauge. I got a better name brand, but I was just curious if the cheap one would work too. So far, no. I may have to go read the instructions. Or that didn't warm it up. It could be 10 to 1 because it's got the, yeah, I bet that is right. Because it's got big injectors and the map sensor's wrong. Maxing out at 10 maybe? Got a 2-step. Y'all see that? Yeah, it may just be that rich. didn't like it.
But if you want to take
Still
the
watching
starter
my
off,
video.
it really helps because between the starter and the
Still waiting on that.
I'll take the right strap.
And I'm just curious why it's not showing boost. I did put it in the manifold, which is wrong, but that's all. I don't have anywhere to put it now. All right, let me do some. I don't know what to do now. Learn the tune.
You gotta remember the oil was up.
We'll learn how to change the pistons right now.
All you stuff.
All right, I'm gonna go lay this memory card down. I don't know what to do from this point right here. Like I said, if y'all stuck this long, I want y'all to at least drive it down the road, but I gotta get that boot and see if I can learn tuning.
Oh, it ain't no.
Are you licking your feet?
We got sound.
Okay, we gotta take a break on it. I'm still waiting on parts and stuff. It's a long process on me. I haven't heard it. Let me pull it up and get a little heat in it. Whoa! I think at some point it's gonna run good. Just it'll be there one day.
Come on, clear up. Can't get her loose. Oh.
It'll crank now. It's currently 12 degrees. Don't run over my toolbox.
That's good.
Come on. I should have made this a two-part series, and I may actually do it because the video's not over. But got the missing boot, the 135-degree angle, so we ain't blowing off our stock. I feel like it's collected even more dust. Just been sitting. Let's see. Got another boost gauge in case that one's not working. Got another fuel pressure gauge that should read. Got another transmission cooler. I don't know if I'm gonna put both of these or just one of them. It sucks, I've already mounted the other one. And then I got this piece. I mean, look at those welds. I mean, granted, he does it for a living, but if you ever watch my TIG welding video. Now, the only kicker is, well, I don't guess I told him to orient it right, but I think it's gonna be okay. I think there's room right there. I need a port for boost pressure. I got it in the manifold right now, which I know is wrong, but I'm trying to do it right now. So I may still have to break out my spool gun and just put me a plate of metal that I'm able to drill and tap into. So that's got to happen. And this shouldn't be too hard. But I ordered 3 air filters. I didn't know them things that got so expensive. You know, I was going to order a bulk of them, just have them sitting on the shelf, but 3 of them added up. So this is the part that's kind of depressing, but it's just gonna have to be the way it is. I'm gonna get all this done in the morning, and we're gonna drive the Jeep. I know it's wrong, I know it's not tuned. You just have to sit in my shoes. Like, I'm leaving this weekend to go on a week-long cruise. I got this fan ride, I got so much stuff, and I haven't even ordered anything to do the tuning. So this would be months before I even get to think about tuning. I still got to order the stuff. Well, I just said that. So we're going to drive it, see what it does. That way we've got something to go off of, because I don't even know if I'm going to video tuning it, because I feel like I would be better off to learn it and then show y'all what I've learned, I think. But I need some time to think on that. So yeah, in the morning I'm gonna get all this crap put on there, See if we can get the thing drivable. Still full of junk. And yeah, I may divide this video up because it's already long. Than I would like. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on it in the morning, and if there's anything I need to show you, I will, but for the most part, it's just bolting stuff on that we've already bolted on already. We just got to redo it. So we'll see. Maybe it all goes good, and maybe I can start seeing boost pressure. I don't know why. It's got to be making something. I know it is. I know it is because it's fluttering. Cheapest boost gauge out there, maybe bad. Alright, wish me luck. Alright, so where am I at? We've got a PCV bleed system. I don't have a PCV valve yet, so I don't have it pulling on the intake. It'll be fine. It should have only blow by. Got the battery off, but got the fuel gauge changed out. Probably can't tell nothing from y'all's angle. Almost left my test light. So now the depressing part. I go get this thing nicely TIG welded, and now I've got to have something in here, so I've got the old spool gun out. I might spray paint it. It's not going to look good. I can just go ahead and tell you that. If you didn't watch, well, I don't know if I ever posted the TIG. I tried to learn TIG welding. Oh my gosh, it just didn't work out. I think I've got bad gas, like the gas for the welder, but I don't know that, and I hate to just throw it away, so anyways, it's the same bad gas I'm fixing to use here too, so. Sorry about the crappy angle. Just gonna lay that there in case I say a few cuss words. Probably ain't gonna go great. Now I guess I could just JB weld it. I'm pretty sure I just saw where somebody did JB weld on something. Didn't turn the screen around, so I don't know what y'all are looking at. All it's gotta do is just hold. Purge all that out. That looks about right. That's crooked. So bad. Man. If you haven't ever aluminum welded, it's insane. Insanely hard. Not an ideal spot. Welding table either. There we go. Hell, that don't even look bad. If you ever get going, they say aluminum just pulls dirt from other places. Maybe. Get those cleaned up. Hell, those will look better than the TIG welds. I was worried about using this thing. We can lace her up. Let me get that cleaned up. It ain't good, but I don't really care. I just need it to work. I bet it's hot. It's hot. I was actually able to like fully run a bead. So let me cool it off and get it cleaned up, and then we'll laugh about it.
To 4-1 back in 08.
Alright, so camera's dead. It's on the charger. It's at a weird angle, but y'all can see. Brass brush. Maybe cheating. And it looks like maybe on these end caps down here. Like, that one might not be good, but the rest of them, I ain't even mad about it. And that's the thing, it's boost, so if it leaks just a little bit, it really doesn't even matter. Oh, I thought I was hearing stuff fly. I mean, look at them dimes. I think that was the full pass right there. You can see they ain't stacking dimes, it's just a pass. And so yeah, that's what, I need to add this to my TIG video if I don't forget, but I just don't know if that gas is bad or if I just suck at TIG welding that bad. Alright, let me get this drilled and tapped so I can put some boost reference in there, and then, dang, that's gotta be pretty close right there. I probably said this before, but you always hear me say it, like, the people that have one project, I get jealous of them, because if this was my only project, this probably would have took me, I don't know, I think I've already said in the video, to be realistic, like, I work on it, whatever I'm trying to say, it would have took me probably 2 or 3 weeks, but I've been working on this for going on, gosh, it's February. I think it's going on 6 months that I've been tinkering with this thing. Just, you need parts, you stop what you're doing, you order parts, y'all already know, sorry. But where are we at? I think we're finally to a spot. Still got the PCV, I've got the fuel pressure on there. It's gonna get put in the back of the fuel rail. I didn't have the O-ring AN fitting. So I've got the boost in there. I went ahead and added an extra port just in case there's something, you know, nitrous or something crazy that needs to get sprayed in there. Obviously this ain't set. Got it hooked up. Battery's good. Battery's mounted. What was I gonna say? There was one thing. Oh, I've got a fuel filter I want to add. I guess I could add it up here. I ain't thought about that. That makes sense. Just add it right there and then go right to your regulator. So that's that. Air box. I'll need to vacuum those metal shavings, but it is what it is. It's in there. You know, I still may have to play with this spring on the boost controller. I have no idea. I've never turboed anything in my life. But I mean, so far its setup's not terrible. I don't like this right here, but again, there wasn't really a lot of things I could have done different. Well, now that I'm looking, I think I could have stood that turbo straight up, come straight across here, possibly. But that's the way it's set up right now. That's the way it's gonna stay. Hopefully this works, but so what's crazy is like this Jeep, I still want it to be daily drivable, reliable. So I've done 6 months worth of 3 weeks worth of work to the Jeep. So there's probably gonna be a lot to go wrong. And I've said 6,000 times, I still don't know that transmission's good. Never been out of first gear. So got boost gauge. I'm not gonna crank it. Fuel pressure, it's working, shows 50, so that's good. Don't know about my FR cheap gauge. It seems like there's, what else is there? One more thing I'm forgetting. Oh, the fuel filter, I just told y'all that. And then I've got to put this random sticker just to kind of make people wonder what's going on with this junky Jeep. But 7 o'clock at night, I don't want to feel like backing this thing out just to crank it. Tomorrow when it's decent, we'll drive the thing and see what happens. But I would love to end this video off with driving it, but realistically I would probably be better off just to come back with a 20-minute video of driving it. It's weird how YouTube works. It's just weird. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Probably not the test drive you wanted me to do, but this is what's gonna happen. As long as it runs, hopefully we can build boost pressures. Like, the tune's gonna be so far off. We'll see. See, it does that, and then all of a sudden it'll just start running right. Makes me wonder if it quits using like map sensor, it just goes to RPM and load to what it should be. gonna be a happy camper. It did build boost. Alright, so I don't necessarily have to do this, but if you hadn't kept up, it's a, dang, sounds like a beast. I gotta get all this junk cleaned out, then we'll go for a test drive. See what happens. Treating this thing like I don't have any time or effort in it. There we go. AFR is so confused. Fuel pressure 50. Well, I wonder if the fuel pressure comes up with boost. Trying to. I don't know if I've said in this video, I still don't know the transmission's good. Gotta like burp the throttle to use it. Come on, transmission. I need to check the fluid. We're gonna get her squared away. It may just take me several months that y'all don't see. The blank smokes. Oh, this is cool. Oh, 10. We got to 10. Alright, I'm gonna have these plugs blackened. So black. Well, I'm not saying that racistly. I'm just saying they're gonna be fouled out before I start. Alright, so let me clean all this junk out and then we'll see if we can force this thing to go down the road and do something cool. I was just looking. I don't know if it ever showed up on camera. Literally cobwebs getting built in this thing just from sitting. The windshield's dirty. Got most of the stuff out of here. Good enough for a test drive. Let's see if she'll still participate in running. Yeah, this would be nice if it just tuned itself, wouldn't it? It left rear door open. Crap. Left rear door open. Yeah, it is, I think. What was I gonna say? Oh, I need to check the fluid in the transmission. I'm 99% sure I checked it. It still catches neutral. Nah, let's just see what happens. I don't know why it would run good, have any reason to run good, but that's what I think I did in that video. It's been, like I said, spread out over months, but this is the transmission that has the wrong sensors in it. So if it's good, I'm be very surprised. Maybe shifted a gear. This seat's broken. Pull up to the cameraman, see if he wants to go for a ride. 10-to-1 fuel ratio, so that is rich as all get out, but maybe it'll run.
So what are we doing?
Going for a test drive. Got my crappy Jeep and then I've got my uniform. Actually, Chick-fil-A workers probably drive nicer stuff than this. Actually, most fast food people do nowadays. What's the air fuel supposed to be, Justin?
Well, the internet says, what, 14.6 to 1?
Yeah, this one said 14.7. It eventually starts showing 10.
Does it move at all?
And it's a cheap.
What brand is that?
JJ Coco.
JJ Coco.
It eventually starts working. Oh, there we go. We're maxed out at 10. I don't think it goes any lower than that. Maybe.
The motor feels.
That's what I'm so excited. Like out of
this motor feels healthy.
Out of all WJs, this one sounds like it is healthiest tune.
Yeah, most WJ. Wow.
I know. That's why I've been so excited. I don't know if I ever bolted shocks back in. Okay, we ain't doing nothing radical. Just stop it.
I'm gonna roll my window up. Well, there's less wind. I'll crack it.
Oh, come on now.
thing even know to lean back.
Man. I would love to sound professional and tell you that air fuel accommodation vector table.
JJ Coco over there doesn't know what to tell us right now.
Maxed out. We're back to 14. So it's actually doing. Wait now.
Oh, it's leaning out. Oh,
now we're going to camming. Shall we neutral drop it?
I don't know if this is the one to be neutral dropping. Just kind of ease into it.
You gotta like. It's probably not an exciting test drive, is it? Huh.
I was like, have you drove this at all?
No, at all. That's what's so crazy. I put 6 months of effort into this Jeep, and this is the first time I've ever driven. So far, the rear end doesn't roar. Pulls a little that way. I think the front axle's bent. And seems like the transmission's went through gears.
Oh, it's confused as all hell.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So let's make it take a gear. To be a turbo application, it's not very fast.
I can hear the turbo fluttering. Well, so I mean, that's a good thing. It's gonna spool up real quick.
Yeah, it made 10 pounds of boost. Are we dying?
Well, we ain't going.
15 mile an hour test drive. That's the debate.
Maybe turn it off and turn it back on. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
No. Can you hear what I'm doing?
I don't know why you're doing it.
That's the only way it'll take throttle. That's the part that sucks. I know if somebody clicked on this video, they're expecting something radical. I'm just doing the best I can. Come on. What do you think it's doing?
It's confused, Dex.
Ooh, 5 pounds. Holy shit, it spiked up to 25 pounds.
No.
I promise.
No.
That last
Okay.
that pickup when it picked the front end up, it shot up to 25. We'll do that again.
I don't think you need to do that again.
Is 25 bad?
Yeah, 25 is really bad.
It went way over.
I'm gonna say these are probably healthy at like
10.
no more than 10.
That's the Banks kit. My relative, the Banks, it didn't push over 5. That's like oh crap. So I may have to adjust on the stuff.
you wastegate probably.
Dang. 25 be legit.
It was about to pop a wheelie.
I don't think that'll show up camera. When it finally accidentally took, it took hard. So basically what's it doing right now? Like just flooding or leaning out?
Yeah, it doesn't know what to do.
One more time. First test drive, Dex blows it up. It'll start. Alright, we're starting to come up on boost. Okay, let me hold it. Come on. Oh! I got that on camera.
What was that?
That was 26.
Oh my God.
Did you hear the blow off valve?
We gotta quit. We gotta quit.
Okay. That was the blow off valve was going.
You realize one of these days we're going to figure this stuff out and be like, why have we not been doing this? I know y'all can't tell from the camera, but that thing picked up and was coming alive.
Quick.
I smell something hot.
I ain't drove it.
I smell something hot.
See if you like pan on the throttle, it'll take.
It smells like electrical. Let's cut it off.
Oh, this is hood pin.
Oh God.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like it's literally never been drove since I've owned the thing.
What we got?
See nothing. It's just new, ain't it? Hey, I forgot I ARP studded this one, so that's helping on the head gasket. That thing was going. Wow, 25. You couldn't see it, could you?
No, I couldn't see it from over there. I felt it.
It went way over 25, quick and in a hurry. Okay. Sweet. All right, that's much.
I'm interrupting you. If I remember correctly, when Dex started this whole endeavor, his whole thing was, I want this a daily drive to this.
Never gonna put it on the floor.
Never gonna put it on the floor. He ain't even made it out the driveway yet.
Already trying to spike up to 30 psi.
Are we mixing coolant air?
I don't know. Got spray painted rocker arms. Y'all don't know about them in this video. Yeah, the shocks ain't even tight. If we'd have had the shocks, what's that? So much torque it twisted the chassis.
The wheels would have come off the ground. I think they did come off the ground. To be honest,
they did, and it finally took. So, yeah, there's
potential.
Here, and I wasn't even really looking for potential, like Justin just said. Whew. Think I can make it over there down the hill?
I hope so. I was worried was going to have to. They don't know, but our parents ain't home. They're in Jackson today, so we'd have both
broke down. We'd have to walk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can go back to work. I'm gonna try not to blow a boost tube
from there to there.
I'm glad that happened. I don't trying to blow it up, but I was so depressed I wasn't going to deliver anything to y'all. But when we get this figured out, like Justin said, if we can ever get one figured out, from there it's just a building point.
You can tell that wants to be spicy.
Yeah, that's why I keep like. I'm sure I said it 100 times in this video, like this is the first thing I've ever, performance-wise, even besides the stroker that I haven't drove.
We still to this day haven't even built, besides the stroker, we haven't even built a 4.0 with a cam in it. I built one for an off-road rig, but that was running on propane.
Yeah, I hope you're still with me, but that's what I was talking about. Like, everybody sees me and the Jeep person and him as a motor builder. Like, we got audio. Yeah. I was like, all I do is fix WJs, and that's literally been my job for the past 10 years. So as far as like experimenting and cool stuff, I'm getting there. It's just taking time. All right, let me know if you can find anything cool to do. I'm gonna try not to blow up. Oh yeah.
Let me smell it back here, see what it smells like.
Oh, he's actually getting down on the ground.
Smells like a Jeep running on 93 octane.
It's like if you could ever get it. Y'all can't see my foot.
Just put it in gear and just see if you can brake torque it just a little bit. See how easily it.
Well, it's rich, but that's what I'm sitting here thinking. If it ever gets enough boost to match the fuel curve, that's when it takes off. So it's
right.
All right, to the blacktop.
It just wants to go.
Try not to blow it up. Try not to blow it up. Try not to blow it up. You gotta drive this home. Well, actually, there's home. Oh. Come on, transmission. Oh. He's so confused. There it goes. Woo. There's potential. A new parking spot. I got too many vehicles. Hey, I got a parking spot. Look at there. Oh, that was easy 15. Sweet. None of my friends called me. Alright, so glad I was able to show y'all something, because I was going to be so depressed if I did all this and then drove it out of the shop and didn't deliver on anything. But you can see where I'm at. I've got to learn tuning, and that's what hope I haven't said in this video, like, I work all the time. And I mean, I literally work from the time I wake up till usually 10 to 12 o'clock at night. I'm doing editing the videos. So, in like a couple days, I'm going on a week-long cruise to enjoy myself. Probably just gonna lay my phone down, enjoy life, and actually I probably won't. I'll probably be studying how to do tuning and stuff, but when I do the video on tuning, I want to actually know what I'm talking about. So I don't want y'all to start scratch with me and have to, you know what I'm trying to say. So there's a fine line of doing a video learning from scratch so y'all can learn with me. But when I pick the tuning up, I ain't gonna have the first clue about nothing. So I don't want to be dragging y'all down to my level. So yeah, I think I'll learn it, get my feet wet, figure out what I'm doing, and then we'll get back on that thing. And I feel like that's gonna be way more than I expected. I was just hoping for a daily driver, but that's gonna be legit. If it's easily building 25, I may have to change turbos and a transmission, probably have to do AW4. So yeah, I appreciate it. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just holding y'all here. So have a good day. Hope you enjoyed. And like, trust me, we're gonna get to the cool stuff. It just takes learning on my end. So any ideas, know what to do. Thank y'all. Have a good day.